Welcome to the Drunkard's Path. I'm Shelley, and for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, we are an online quilt shop that you can find in the link below. To find our site, just click on that and you'll see everything that we have to offer. Today, I'm going to show you a few of my finishes, the other half of the Rustic Gatherings collection. The Sewcialites 3 block will be added to the end of this video, so stay tuned. So to get things started, back to our spelling bee that we just got in, the book by Lori Holt. I'm going to show you another project that I just finished using these letters. This time I have made a Christmas quilt, more of a table runner. And I had some leftover Christmas fabric, and I spelt out Merry Christmas with all different fabrics. And over here, I'm gonna have to stretch over. I have an embroidery function on my machine, and I did a wreath just to kind of balance it out a little. And I used a scrappy binding to go around the edge, again to use up any scraps that I have. And the back, again, is a nice pieced back. But I really love the look of this one, as it looks very vintage. That green, I just think it looks so pretty. And I will probably hang it in my front foyer rather than use it as a table runner, because I would really hate for anything to get on this one. So here's another really great idea to use the Spelling Bee book by Lori Holt. Okay, and on the cross-stitch side of things, this pattern that I had ordered, Halloween Makers, I did a fully finish. So I completed the stitching and I made this cute little pillow. So what I did was, once I completed the stitching part, I put a piece of batting behind it, and I added the borders first, put batting and another piece of fabric, and just quilted around the edges. I don't like to quilt over the stitching. The stitching kind of speaks for itself. And then I just made like your envelope closing, which is pretty simplest way, rather than put a zipper. And then I just used strips of binding from leftover fabric from the back. So it all kind of ties together, but I just think this one is so cute with the little spiders, the witch and pumpkin guy, the little snakes coming off the side. This one was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed making this pillow. As we're coming up to Labor Day this weekend, I thought, what better way to end the summer than showing off our sunflower collection by Lewis and Irene. I'm just going to show you a couple of bolts of fabric that we have. And this one is sunflower beehive on cream. So it's really cute with the little bees and the beehive and the sunflowers. And we also have the beehive on pale blue. It's exactly the same, but a different background. And this one is just the mini sunflowers. This is very cute. And there's about another 4 bolts in this collection. So it just says end of summer to me with all these really pretty sunflowers. And don't forget to come see us at our booth at the Petrolia IODE Quilt Show, which will be at the Christchurch Anglican Petrolia. So that is September 15th and 16th. We hope to see you there. And now Angeles is going to show us the other half of the Rustic Gatherings collection that just came in recently.
Alright, so here's the second half of the Rustic Gatherings collection we have here. First, to start off with, it's a familiar pattern from last time. But this is in a gray, it's the swirly type thing. And this one is called Steel. Now, again, it keeps cropping up. Steel is also the name of another one, so make sure that this is if you look at the image on the store, this is the one that you want. It comes up quite a few times. So, the next one we have here is Black Dirt. Again, there's another one called that. This one is the same pattern as the last one there. There's quite a few like this. The kind of swirly vines. This time it is black and orange. popular Halloweeny time colors. Next one here we have is Amber. And it's quite busy. There's a lot of different things happening here. I forget if this is a pattern that's already on here. There seems to be about 3 or 4, maybe more than that, different patterns in this collection. They just have various different colors for it. Lots of variation. So this is the same as the last one. This one's called Graphite. It's a gray and black type deal. Exactly what you think if you think graphite. Okay, we got a few more here. Again, same pattern, but darker. A more black, dark gray type deal with this one. This one's charcoal. Alright, almost done here. This one's called Spice. And as you can see, it's a different pattern, surprisingly. I don't think there's any other one like this. It's like dotted lines. Black and white dotted lines along the orange. It's very neat. And this last one here is called Cloud. This is, if you watched the last video, quite a few had this type of pattern, like a swirly dot. This one's orange and black on white. And there are 2 others named Cloud. Again, be aware. So that's it from the Rustic Gatherings collection. You can see them all in the store for the next little while, so long as it's, autumn. There's going to be autumn featured collections on there. So now we go over to the block 3 of the Sewcialites Quilt Along.
Time for block 3. So today, block 3 is noted as intermediate. So it's kind of easy, kind of hard. We're going to start with pieces D and C, sew them each together. I'm going to chain piece those, and we're going to make 4 of these units. So we'll get C and D, and we'll just start chain piecing them together. Quarter inch all the way, and go. Try to get all the pieces right on top of each other. Kind of small for pins. Okay. And I'm going to snip them all apart, and then I'm going to iron them all. I'm going to iron them open, but you can iron to one side and nest them to make the unit. Okay, 8 all ironed open. So I'm going to go opposites. So lay them right sides together. Hopefully I'll meet up in the middle. You can pin here if you want. We're just gonna chain piece away. Trim. Cut them apart. And I'm going to iron this open. Next it calls for 4 flying geese. So we have 4 A's and 8 E's, and we're going to sew corner to the middle to make our flying geese. So I'm going to chain piece, but I'm going to put a little pin on the corner so it doesn't shift. So let's do that now and get it ready. Okay. So let's start sewing. Okay. Cut them apart, cut off our tail, remove the pins, Okay, now I gotta trim a 1/4 inch away. Okay, 1/4 inch. Okay, now I'm gonna iron these open. Okay, I got the next ones ready. I'm gonna sew this side now for my flying geese. So, down we go. Down and go to the other corner. I'm just following my red line so I can go relatively straight. Okay. Take it out. Snip. Trim, and again on this side, trim a 1/4 inch away. More. Now, press open. Here's our 4 flying geese, and I press them open. So let's go to the next step. So we have to take a B and a G. I'm making one of these, and an F and a B. So let's get those laid out like that. That, and put our G's on either side. There. So let's do this row first. One. And this one. So I'm going to snip them apart and keep them in order. I'm just going to kind of finger press it and do the other side. Snip apart. And this time I'm going to press. That goes inside. The middle's going to go outside. And then we'll go inside. That way we can have them all nest when we sew them together. Now we're going to sew these ones together. So I always lay it out to make sure I've got the pieces where they should be. And I'm going to put a little pin here. And I can feel that one. Okay. That looks pretty good. And this side, you can feel it nest with your fingers, so. But these are kind of small pieces. Let's kind of budge it in a little. And see, it's pretty good. So I'm going to iron it, and that's going to be the middle part of our block. Okay, so I pressed it open, And that's what it looks like from the front. Now we're going to lay out our block. So that goes in the middle. Now pay attention to which way the geese go and your blocks. Okay, so we're going to put that in the middle. We're going to put our geese with the pointy part facing out all the way around. And we're gonna go. Now I've laid it out like it shows me in the pattern, and I'm going to sew the rows together, each side, like it says here. It tells me to put these two on first. So I'm going to flip that over and lay it down. Then do the bottom one so we can continue chain piecing. Snip. Okay, it's like that. Now we're going to take the other corner, but I'm going to flip it around and add this side. You can pin this if you want. Oh, and also I should notice I'm at a 1.6 stitch length. I like to keep it tight. One more. So we have those done, and it tells us to iron in. So we're going to make the pieces go like this, even though actually they want to go this way. I'm going to go this way. The fabric's telling me it wants to go that way. Now we put our middle geese on. So go like this, line it up. Probably be a good idea to put a pin on either side. Just so it doesn't shift on us. Okay. That's one. Like that. Put our other side, make sure that the geese is pointing out. I'm going to flip it around, lay it out, and I'm going to put pins on either end. Okay, now I'm going to iron the opposite way so we get nesting on the top and bottom rows. So, time to iron. Now we're going to join the top and bottom row to the middle row. So flip it over. Let's nest our piece. Put in a pin. Nest this side. Pin. And you can pin the beginning. And the end, so things are not shifting while you're sewing. And probably a good idea to put one in the middle. Okay, let's do it. Okay. I just like to take my time when there's so many seams. Let's have a look. Yeah, everything's meeting. Okay, let's put our bottom piece on. Make sure we have our geese going the right way. Flip it. Nest that in there. Trim and up. Everything seems to be meeting, so now I'm going to press it and I'll show you the finished block. Okay, here's our finished block 3, and actually, well, it looks pretty good. Everything is lined up fairly well. These are little pieces, so don't get frustrated. Just take your time. Just do one step at a time, and then you might want to do a little trim on the edges to square things up. So that's 3, and here's our other 2 just to show you the other ones. And I don't know if that's 1 or 2, I forget. And there's this one here. So if you want to see the progression of the playlist of these blocks, they will be linked below this video, so you can watch them in order if you didn't catch them already. 3 blocks done. The next one I peeked, and it is an easy block, so on to block 4. In our next video, we're going to have our winner for our summer giveaway of the quilt kit. So catch us then, and as always, keep sewing, keep stitching.